Hey everyone, this is Alex or PolymomoTea, and today I have another Among Us video. So I know I said that I was gonna finish up the series, but I couldn't help it when I saw the cute Christmas decorations, so I decided to make the holiday versions of Among Us. So I have these already made Among Us bodies. If you want to know how to make these, check out my very first video, and I'll be linking that in the description box. So first we're going to make the Snowman Hat. So I'm going to take a little ball of white clay and flatten it out, kind of like a tangerine. And then I'm going to tack on another tangerine and then a smaller one on top of that. Then I'm going to flatten out some magenta colored clay and I'm going to cut out a thin little strip, and this will be the little scarf around the snowman. And I know I was out of frame, but I'm just wrapping around the pink scarf around the snowman, and the end I'm just folding it downwards so it just kind of hangs off. Then for the little orange nose, I'm going to take some orange clay and roll it into a cone shape and cut off the end. I'm going to add some black buttons onto the snowman. And then for the face, we're going to add our little orange carrot along with two dot eyes. To make the little black hat, I'm going to take some black clay and flatten it out into a pancake shape. And then for the top part of the hat, we're going to roll a fat cylinder and cut off the ends and tack that onto our little black pancake. And the hat's going to be tacked on top of the snowman. And then we're going to make snowman arms, and it's just black clay that I just pieced together, and I'm just adding that onto the snowman. So for the Santa hat, I'm going to take some red clay and I'm going to roll it into a cone shape, kind of like a Hershey Kiss. And I'm going to bend the top downward, and I'm going to cut off the end to make it nice and flat. Next, I'm going to add it onto my little template and letting that have its nice Among Us head shape. And I'm going to add little balls of white clay all the way around the hat to make kind of like that fluff design. And I'm also going to add a couple of those little fluff balls on the tip of the hat as well. And then gently I'm going to take it off the template and let that bake. For the candy canes, it's super easy. I'm going to take some white clay and roll into a thin snake. I'm going to do the same thing with red clay. So next we're going to place the two snakes together and then twist them so it has a nice candy cane kind of design, and then we're going to roll it so the design is much more like cleaner. We're going to cut off the ends. And just gently bend one end so it has a hook. And it's a little long, so I just cut it to make it a little bit shorter. Next up is the elf hat, so we're going to take some white clay and roll it into a cone shape, and then we're just going to cut it into little segments. And we're going to do the same thing with the seafoam green color. Then I'm just adding the segments together, alternating between white and the seafoam green. And I'm super out of frame for this, but basically I just kind of blended the clay pieces together just by rubbing it and spinning it in my fingers. And then we're bending the hat so it bends downward and then upward again, kind of like an S. And we're going to place that on top of our Among Us template again, just to have the nice head shape. And we're adding a little ball of white clay on top. Then for the elf ears, we're gonna take a teardrop flattened piece of light purple clay and add that to the sides of our elf hat. Next, we're making the Christmas tree. So we're just gonna take some green clay and roll into a cone shape, cut off the end. We are taking some brown clay and rolling it out into a thick cylinder and cutting off the ends. And we're going to place that tree stump underneath our green tree. And then we're going to decorate the Christmas tree with a bunch of red and yellow ornaments. For the deer antlers, I'm taking some brown clay and I'm rolling it into a snake. And then I'm going to cut off the ends and cutting them at slants so I can add them to the main antler. One of them kind of has a tree branch looking look. The other one has like the little twigs coming from one place. And then for the little ears, we're going to take some light brown clay, flatten it out into an oval shape and add a little indent. For the present, I'm cutting out a cube out of silver clay. And then for the lid, I'm doing kind of like a slab of square that's a little bit bigger than the little cube that we made. And I'm just placing that right on top. For the ribbon, I'm taking some light orange clay and rolling it flat and cutting out a couple of strips out of them. And I'm using those strips to decorate our little present. With the same orange strips, I'm just gonna loop them up and pinch the ends together and place that in the middle of my present. And then I also cut out two little ribbony ends that I'm just adding them behind the ribbon loops. And then for the Christmas lights, I'm going to take some black clay and roll into a thick snake. And I'm gonna put the black snake of clay onto the template and letting the ends kind of curl upward. For the lights, I'm gonna take some green clay and roll into a chubby raindrop shape. And I did the same thing with yellow and red, and I added that to my little wire. And on the ends of the wire, I added two little flat white circles of clay. And let all these pieces bake. And once baked, all we have to do is start gluing them onto our resin pieces. So here is just a series of me adding super glue to the pieces and adding them to our little Among Us bodies. Once everything is glued, all we gotta do is add a layer of glaze and let that finish. And here are the finished products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope you have a happy holidays. Let me know which Christmas hat you like the most. I think I like the Christmas lights and the snowman, and I really like the present. I like how the present turned out actually. But I hope you guys enjoyed and thank you for watching.